Oh, they did. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I did mine earlier. I didn't know if they were like turning it on and off in between sessions, but all right. I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. How's everyone doing? Are we feeling good? Like midday slump. Hopefully this will give you all some energy. Just to get an idea from the room, how many people are posting on Shorts right now? Okay, and how many people are not posting on Shorts? Okay, good. It's always good to just gauge like the level. We're gonna be going into just some best practices on how you can succeed on your channel for Shorts. But for those who I haven't met, my name is Elise Overway. I'm a community partner manager here at YouTube. And what that means is that I manage a community of creators. We put on events, education events and things to help the community grow. So I've worked with hundreds of creators who have absolutely taken off on the platform, specifically from Shorts. When I joined this role at YouTube, we were actually creating the team and program to help support you all. So I was here in the very early days of YouTube Shorts and seeing, creators get on it for the first time. So just so you all have some context on who you're listening to, I've worked with hundreds of creators some of them who were just getting started on the platform, all the way up to some of our rising stars, all the way up to some of the highest performing creators. We actually have Money Talks Wireless in the back of this room who had 155 million views on Shorts this past month, and 4 billion total views on YouTube just in general. So, just an example of a star that we have in the room. So we're going to go ahead and get started, but if that doesn't inspire you, hopefully by the end of this presentation, you learn a little bit more about how to succeed on Shorts. Okay, so we're going to get started with some creation best practices. So, what are Shorts? Shorts are YouTube's bite-sized vertical video format designed to capture attention quickly and entertain viewers in short bursts. As you all may or may not know, Shorts are now 3 minutes long. They prior were only 60 seconds. So I know a lot of creators were, very hesitant to bring content over potentially from other platforms, or some of their highest performing content on other platforms were like 2 minutes. So it was a big deal for us to get this 3-minute mark. But some of the ways that you can utilize Shorts and think about Shorts on your channel is jumping on trends. You can participate in, different challenges, use sounds. I will say, if you're just testing it out and you want to see growth within your channel, trends are a really great way to kind of kickstart that. Sometimes you can bring in viewers that maybe don't resonate with, the type of community that you want to build. But like, for example, I'm not plugging my channel at all, but I did the I am your mother trend, like, I don't even know, 2 years ago, if you guys remember it, and got 500,000 views. And I don't even create on the platform consistently or anything. I just will create to know what you guys are experiencing and like get those details. So it's all just to say, like, if I, as a person who's just uploading a video with a trend, can get that many views, like, I'm sure all of you as content creators would absolutely crush it. So, that's one way to think about Shorts. It's also a really great way to experiment with new ideas. So, one of the creators asked earlier today, like, if I create Shorts, is that going to hurt my long form performance? Or, I'm hesitant to lean into Shorts. And if anything, it's just going to help drive views to your long form videos. And it's a great way to test different niches. How many of you guys have been making content for a while and you're like, I really want to potentially try cooking or fashion, and I've been doing X for months. But is that going to hurt my channel? Are my viewers going to like it? Shorts are a great way to experiment. Your audience will let you know very quickly if they like your content or they don't, and if it's something that, you think that you should do long term. But don't be afraid to test out different styles, different formats. Shorts is the great way to do it without investing all this time in a long form video and doing the whole editing production. So definitely encouragement to experiment. And then it's a great way to reach a new audience. This is a way that you're going to be able to get viewers who might not otherwise find your channel, right? If you are only creating long form videos and you maybe are at stagnant, you've been like hitting 20K views and you're like, why can I not get this number up? Make a short, cut a short from that video. It's going to find more people to come to that long form video. It's also a great way to re-energize older videos. How many of you guys have created a long form video or just a video in general and you're like, this is it. Like, I know this is like the best piece of content that I've ever made and it's gonna pop off, and like I spent so much time and then you upload it and you're like, wah, wah, wah. You're like, no, like I just, but you know it's good content. Like you're like, it didn't reach its potential. Like I know it was the time of day or whatever. Shorts are a great way to resurface and like reinvigorate your older content. So cut a short, content link the short to your long form video and get your older content poppin'. Some of our best creators are like creating 3 shorts for every long form video that they're making, if not more, to just bring new viewers to the video. So it's a great way to reach a new audience or reinvigorate what you already have. So shorts are all about packaging. You want to, make sure you're taking a look at titles and hashtags. Those are a great place to obviously set expectations and add suspense. Something like "you'll never believe what happened" or hashtag style hacks. Just give a little bit of context about what you are talking about. Descriptions will allow you to provide more detailed information, but focus on the video title and opening versus having this long drawn out description. So I think, these are kind of like nice to haves, but if you're just getting started, you don't necessarily need to focus on the description, because when you think about what the viewer experience is on shorts, you don't even see the description unless you click the button and want to open it up. So, don't focus on the description too much unless your shorts are popping off and you're looking for other ways to like really optimize the content. You can edit thumbnails on your shorts to capture viewers' attention, but also remember they're not really necessary for shorts right now, because again, when you think about that shorts viewing experience within the shorts feed, you don't even see the thumbnail. So unless you're really wanting to curate this like beautiful playlist on your channel, and that's great, by all means go for it, but thumbnails and descriptions are not going to be that thing that really pushes you over the edge. I would rather see you invest that time and your shorts thumbnail into creating like a really high quality content video that you're excited about. So just things to note. One hashtag that we do recommend that you put on your shorts is hashtag shorts. If you aren't already doing that, it's almost like the hashtag For You page or FYP that TikTok had. This will help put your shorts into the algorithm and also help your shorts appear when viewers go to the search bar and are searching for videos. So if you actually open up your app and you search a video, let's say makeup hacks, and then you type in hashtag shorts, shorts will actually appear at the top of the screen. So it's just another way to increase your chances of your shorts being surfaced to viewers as they are searching. Okay, and then another creation best practice is keep them engaged. So one of, if not the most important factor that you want to consider, is how long your viewer watches your video and how they're interacting with your content has implications for the performance of your video. So many people will say, Elise, like, why didn't my short do well? Like, what do I do? How do I tell? Look at your analytics and see where that drop off is. Are people only watching the first 2 seconds? Why is that? You really sometimes have to like look yourself in the mirror and go, was this opening as great as I thought it was? Could I make it a little bit more spicier? Can I make it a little bit more enticing? When a viewer watches the video for the entirety or for a specific or significant duration, it basically tells the algorithm, people are liking this. They want to see more of this. Let's push it out to more people because they're watching the whole thing. So really, truly focus on hooking your user, keeping them hooked throughout, and that will just help with your views. Retention. So there is not a one-size-fits-all approach or technique for retaining your audience. However, regardless of whatever vertical or niche that you are in, there are a few best practices that we say apply to everybody. The first one is providing value. So building your narrative around the value add that you want to convey. They talked a little bit about this on the panel earlier, but you have to be providing value to the viewer, right? Like making sure that you're either educating, entertaining, inspiring. I think I saw a short of somebody who said those were her 3 pillars. Ask yourself, is this educating anybody? Is this inspiring them? Or is this entertaining them? If you check any of those boxes, that's usually a good recipe for success. Having a strong hook. As we mentioned, those first 3 to 5 seconds are so important. Our attention spans are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So when you think about that viewing experience in the shorts feed, go watch shorts. I always tell people, they're like, what are good hooks? Like, if I do this, will it help? I'm like, take 10 minutes and watch shorts in the feed and ask yourself, why did I stop on this one? Why am I still watching this one? Take a look at how the viewers are commenting and engaging on other shorts, and that will give you a good idea of what you would stop to watch. Storytelling. They also touched on this in the panel. We're seeing a really big trend right now of creators just again letting your viewers in on your life and who you are as a content creator, and if obviously that feels authentic and to you and something that you want to do, it's going a long way. I think for the longest time people felt like if I'm going to get on shorts, I have to have this like crazy high quality production studio setup, lights in my face, like, or else it's not going to do well, and that's just truly not the case. I mean, we're seeing so many creators who are very similar to other platforms just pulling up their app, telling a great story, and seeing views from it. So this is your encouragement. It does not have to be this like highly produced and edited video in order for it to succeed. Obviously, there's an art to telling a great story, but don't be afraid to just get personal, and we're seeing a lot of creators do a really great job there. Spencer Barbosa, for anybody who's in the lifestyle space, is a really great creator to look at who just does very low lift content and is crushing it. And we talked about telling a compelling story. The core of most content, whether it's a 7-second video or a feature film, is a good story. Ask yourself, would I watch this video even if I didn't care about the subject matter? This is just like a funny example because her title is I Bought a Duck, and then it says, so when I was 12. And like something about that, like I would watch this. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but like something about the combination of these two, I'm like, okay, what? Like, why did this girl buy a duck? I just want to know. So like think about how you can tell a great story and relate to people, even if they, have nothing to do with the content that you're creating. Captions are also really important. We actually don't have a slide on this, but putting captions on the screen will also help with retention. We have a statistic, I believe it's like around 20 to 30% of viewers are actually watching without sound. So when you're thinking about your hooks, like my thought with this is that I think people are just like in bed, like maybe scrolling next to their partner, or like in class, like don't want the sound to go off, but they want to like still be able to like watch content. So just an important note, if I can't hear your video, would I still watch it? And that's a really great way to also, just question or challenge yourself to make your content visually appealing as much as like what you can hear. Alan Chicken Chow is a huge creator that on YouTube, if you haven't seen his content already, anybody who speaks any language, you could watch his video and understand what's going on, and that's why he's doing so well, because it's anybody could watch it and get it and think that it's entertaining. Okay, and then content linking. So this is, what I would say is a super underutilized feature. You can link more of your content, whether it's your latest video, another short, a live stream, or a playlist to your short. So again, if you have an older vlog that you're like, I want to revamp this, I know it was a good piece of content, you can link it right within your short. So as the user is experiencing the short and they want to go see more, or you like leave them on a cliffhanger, you can link it there and they can click it and it will take them into the long form video, which is super cool. Let's say you have a playlist and you're doing a 30-day sprint or 30 days of outfits. You can link the playlist so that the viewer doesn't have to like go back to your channel and like scroll down to find the latest video. It's already linked in there, and that can get them within that playlist or feed. So definitely be linking your content. It's a great way to drive views to your long form videos and just more views to your channel. And it's also just another thought, like call that out to the viewer, right? Like you guys are probably maybe potentially learning this for the first time. You also have to think about the viewer might not know to click on that as well. It's like the same thing with shopping. You do have to educate the viewer on being able to what that experience looks like. So think about ways that you can integrate that. Okay, posting cadence. If I had a dime for every time I got an email saying, Elise, what is the perfect time of day and day of the week? Like if I post content on this time of day, will I blow up? Like tell me what it is. I'm like, if I knew what the answer was to that, or we had that, I would be like posting every single day on shorts and popping off. But I wouldn't focus on time of day and the day of the week. I would focus on finding a consistent schedule that works for you and doing that every day, every week for a few weeks, months, however long as you can. Consistency is so important, and it will reward your channel on the platform because the system and the algorithm will know what to expect from your channel if you do it consistently. It's almost like with vloggers or live stream. You're more likely to join a live stream if you know that creator is going to go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m., right? It tells the viewer, it helps the algorithm. And do something that's sustainable. Again, with leaning into trends or leaning into things that you know are working well, is it sustainable for you to just be making content about trends when it's not authentic to you? You're not excited about it. You're just focused on like the wrong things, I will say. I know that's really cheesy, but just from my experience with working with so many creators, the ones who really are successful with this are the ones who do it sustainably. So don't burn yourself out making 10 videos a day. Like, can you do 10 videos a day every day for the next 10 years? Like, that's probably not realistic. So, consistency and sustainability, and then the relation to other formats. I would rather see you all post one high quality video a week than post 5 a day just to say, oh, if I post 5 a day, I'll blow up in the algorithm. Like, that's just not the case. High quality videos are what are going to get you views. Another feature that can help you with your consistency is our YouTube scheduler. So if you are posting on all of these other platforms, if you have a full-time job and you're like, Elise, consistency sounds easy, but in practice, it's actually a ton of work. The YouTube scheduler is a great tool that you can use on Shorts to schedule out your content. What I would say is like spend an hour a week, take a series that you haven't uploaded yet or that you already have on, another platform and schedule it out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next 3 months and just set it and forget it. And now you have content uploaded to YouTube. There's tools that we have that can make it easier for you to stay consistent. One other thing that YouTube is currently offering right now is a 3-month trial to what's called repurpose.io. I don't know if any of you guys are utilizing that, but essentially it's a third-party company that, let's say you always go to Instagram first and you create reels, and then or you create on TikTok first. You link your Instagram or your TikTok to YouTube, and then anytime you upload that reel, it will go right to YouTube. So it's super cool, and you can actually link, I think, other platforms as well too. But this partnership came from feedback from you all, where everyone's like, look, at least we want to post to Shorts, and we're really excited about it, but I'm on Snapchat, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, another place to post this. So if you are looking to test something out, Repurpose is something that we're offering right now. We've heard a lot of really great feedback from creators, and it's I'm not sure how long we're doing it for, but definitely check it out. I think someone had their hand raised. Did you have a question on it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's repurpose.io. We're going to have Sonali send out an email with the exact link because there's a specific landing page you have to go to in order to redeem it. We made the post on the at YouTube creators Instagram handle. So if you also go there and click on the link in the bio, there should be a link to find the redemption code there. So anyone can, yeah, great question. But yeah, if you don't want to use Repurpose, you can use the scheduler. Okay, so another feature that you can utilize within Shorts is replying with a short. So you can respond to comments, to engage with your audience, and make a video directly from there. This will help, extend the life of your original short, help people, come back to the original video and make your community feel heard. I mean, I know for me personally, I always feel so special when I make a comment on a video and the person who made it actually responds. I can't even imagine if they made a video following up with it. So remember, you're not only chasing views, you're also chasing community. So building your community is going to be the best way to get real-time feedback, really make the content that your viewers want to see, and then in turn help, push your content out to other people. Yeah. I believe it only works with the short form comment. So yeah, if you have a comment on your long form, but don't quote me on that. I'll follow up, but I'm pretty sure it's only the comments available because you're creating this directly within the YouTube app. So good question though. Another way that you can engage with your community are a few things that we recommend to cultivate your community is sharing your story. So your audience, it sounds so cheesy. I said this in the last one I did, but it's truly called YouTube because people just want to hear from you. And I can't stress that enough. And you guys know as creators, people will be just curious about what you're doing because they've been following you. They just feel this connection with you and they're just nosy. They just want to know what's going on. So the more you can build an authentic relationship with your audience through relatable experiences, through a video, your audience will feel that. And again, it will just help your channel. Breaking that fourth wall, interact with your audience, take the lead, start a conversation. You can do this through community posts, which again, I also think is a super underutilized feature. It's like a Facebook post. You can do polls. You can say, hey, I'm starting this new series. How would you guys want to watch it? In a live stream, in a long form, in a short series? Get their feedback. Creators will often say, what's like the best practice from the YouTube perspective? And I always say, what does your audience want? Ask your audience for that direct feedback. They're going to be the ones who are watching it. So, ask them what they want to see from you. And likely if they want to see it in that format, other people are going to want to see it in that format. And so the cycle turns on. But other ways that you can connect with them are comments. You can pin their comments. You can mention them now too, which is a newer-ish feature. You can comment hearts. You can do the video comment replies, and you can do premieres, fostering that sense of belonging and getting people just excited about being a part of your community goes a long way. We're actually coming out with a communities feature. I'm not sure if you guys saw the announcement for that, but it's going to be a way for your community to all talk to each other in a forum on your channel, which is really cool. So more to come second half of this year. Okay, so now we're going to get into a little bit of analytics and performance. So Shorts is a feed-driven discovery, and it's mainly done via your Shorts feed. So again, when you're thinking about what is that viewing experience look like, 80% of your views from Shorts are going to come from the Shorts feed. They can also be found on the homepage of the YouTube app, and then as I mentioned earlier, when somebody goes into the search tab and types in #Shorts and then a topic, those are the 3 different places that your Shorts can appear. But focus on the experience within the Shorts tab because, again, most of your views are going to be coming from there. So yeah, just remember it's a feed-driven discovery system. How are Shorts surfaced? So I can't say this enough. Google owns YouTube, right? We're at a Google building. So YouTube is essentially a massive search engine. And how we're different than other platforms is that we find videos for viewers. We don't find viewers for your videos, if that makes sense. So you really want to think about, is this topic something that people are searching? Because if it's something that people are searching for and they're excited about, we will find them and we will show them your content. The algorithm will follow the audience and the type of things that they are typing into YouTube. We look at a lot of different signals to identify who to show the videos to, but one really great tool that you all can utilize is Google Trends to understand what your audience is actually searching in real time or just what people are searching in real time. When you go to trends.google.com, it will default to web search, but you can actually update it to YouTube search, and you can type in any keyword and see what the exact queries are that people are typing in to YouTube to give you a better understanding of what type of content you should make. So a really great way I like to explain this is like, let's say you want to do Coachella looks, but you want to get more specific about the type of Coachella looks. It will show you that maybe it's like Western themed Coachella looks is the biggest search that's on YouTube. So maybe you want to make your content around Western themes. So it just gives you a little bit more insight into the exact queries that people are typing in. Therefore, it can kind of help you guide, the type of content that you want to make and the type of like specificity. I will also say, use this as a North Star though, and not your source of truth. And what I mean by that is like, you don't need to go to Google Trends every time you want to make a video and be like, if it's not in YouTube search, like I can't make a video about it, right? Like we know that creating is an art and a science. It has to be something, again, it's authentic to you, you're excited about. Just because it's not on YouTube search doesn't mean that there's not an audience for it, but if you're kind of in a content lull, it's not bad to look at Google Trends and say, you know what, maybe people just aren't searching for this right now, and maybe that's why it's not getting views. So one tool that you can use in your toolkit. And then in terms of analytics and performance, you can take a look at, all different types of analytics right within YouTube Studio on the app or on desktop. A few of the ones that I would always say, you should lean into is taking a look at your top performers. How can you recreate some of the top shorts that you've made? I usually just like to look at the retention. How long are people watching your videos for? And at what point in your videos are people dropping off? How can we get that number higher? I think there's so much amazing data, but I will say, like, I see a lot of creators get so caught up in the data sometimes. For the creator who was here before, she's like, I just lean into the data and that's what works for her, and that's totally great. But I would just say, like, there's so many other factors outside of analytics that can draw people to your videos. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time and you're not slowly, you're just not getting too overwhelmed. Too often I'll see creators dive into it so deep after a week of posting a short, and I'm like, give it a little bit of time. Like, good things take time. So you don't want to make too many drastic changes off of something you see after 1 week of posting your content. Some things that you should do are zoom out. Make sure you're looking at, we always say like a 3-month time frame, which sounds crazy, but 3 months is actually a good sweet spot to actually look at how the video is performing and give, take into consideration outliers that maybe are happening. And we want to recommend that you avoid comparing between long form and shorts performance because they're just different experiences. The things that you should pay attention to when it comes to your analytics, as I mentioned, retention, very important. Remixes. How many people are loving your content so much that they want to remix it and put their own spin on it? That's going to help with the algorithm. And then likes and comments, aka engagement. These 3 things I would say are 3 factors that you should look at after you give your video a little bit of time. But if you're like, I love the analytics, which ones matter the most? These 3 are a great place to start. Okay, and that is our presentation. I'm going to pause there. Thank you. What questions do you all have? Comments, thoughts? Anything anyone's wondering? Yeah.
For example, if you want to experiment, you can try different subject matter in shorts instead of long form. So I was going to use myself as an example and whether this is good or not.
Yeah.
But I try to do, let's say, lifestyle, for example,
Yes.
on my long form and more serious or adult content.
Sure.
But I happen to like dolls, and I collect smart dolls. So I started doing smart doll content on shorts.
Yes.
And I also did them on long form, and they performed horribly on long form. But then I gained a whole new audience, younger people who liked learning about smart dolls on my shorts content. And I started to get worried, what if all these people, find me, follow me because of the shorts content, then they go to my long form and they're like, oh my God, totally different. Who is this woman?
Yeah. That's a great question, and I think it's all a question that a lot of creators have. I mean, I think the first thing I would ask is, are you hearing feedback from your community that they're not liking it, or is this just a fear that you have in your head?
In my head, and maybe one comment where a woman said, oh, this stuff is weird.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think there's always going to be those comments, right? You gotta tune out the haters. We all know that. But I would say that letting your audience in on what you're doing is very important, right? So if you are going to pivot, let's say you've been, the lifestyle creator forever, and then all of a sudden your viewer sees a random video of you, it's like, wait, this isn't what I came to your page to subscribe for, right? So a lot of successful creators who want to do multiple different series and still have their audience like it will communicate that with their audience, whether it's via the community post tab saying, hey, I'm going to test out this new series launching on Monday, want your feedback. Like, getting them involved in the process with you of pivoting is a really great way to make them feel like they're a part of this transition and things. Sometimes when creators spring a random video on their audience, your audience almost feels like betrayed. They're like, whoa, I didn't know about this. Like, why weren't we let in on it? So any subtle ways that you can let your audience in on what you're doing, and it can be as simple as the community tab post, commenting and questions, going live, and maybe even uploading the live stream to your channel are great ways to go about doing that. And then chunking your series into playlists on your page is a really great way to just organize it all. So let's say I find your doll video, and then I go to your main page and your trailer is a lifestyle video and I'm a little bit confused. How can you set up your page in a way that if I want to go to see like a specific series, it easily stands out? Maybe it's the first playlist that you have on your page. Maybe you have a video explaining the type of content that you make and that you're, diversified. Letting your audience in and making that experience from jumping from one series to the next is going to help. But I will say, and like keep me honest here, but the feedback that I hear is that viewers are typically like excited about that transition or journey for you. I think that there is a lot of fear of switching up your content, but if somebody's been watching you for a while and you share that you're really excited about this new series and you make it really fun and engaging, we find that, again, as cheesy as it sounds, with YouTube, your viewers don't necessarily care like so much about what you're doing. It's just the fact that you're doing it and they get to watch it from you. So just have that like note of confidence in the back of your head that like I've seen this happen so many times where creators have been on the platform for years and then they make a transition and their audience is really excited about it. But bringing them along the journey can be a great way to ease them in, if that makes sense. Yeah, question.
You mentioned about the trends. You said trends.google.com. Then you mentioned YouTube. Are you replacing the word Google with YouTube?
No, so when you go to trends.google.com, it pulls up the trending searches on Google. And there's a feature that says web search. You're going to click on web search and drop it down to YouTube search. And then that's going to show you the YouTube searches versus the Google searches. Yeah, I would highly.
What you noticed?
That's a great question. I don't know because I usually only look at the YouTube searches. So, I mean, it could be interesting, right? Like, maybe test it out. Maybe go to Google and see what people are searching for on Google. And if you see a correlation between that, it could be really interesting. But no, I would say I would use YouTube because, that's where you're going to get the data from. Yeah.
To his search thing because I use that to make a lot of viral videos. So I use the Google search also to be ahead of the curve. So sometimes they'll search on the web first and then it eventually goes to YouTube. So if you post a video early, usually that performs well. So
yeah, I think it's Miss Louie is the creator. She talks about the strategy that she takes of making content in batches. So for example, let's say the Sephora sale is happening. She talks about how she always does a pre-video saying what I'm most excited about for the Sephora sale. Then she actually makes her video of what I actually purchased from the Sephora sale. Then she does a third video of my honest thoughts about what I got and maybe what I wouldn't get the next time. And that could go, be so translated to so many different content niches. Like you could do that with unboxings or with any type of sales or just even purchasing products in general, like your thoughts, what it actually is, and then your post review. And she said that's her recipe for shopping success specifically. So you guys could steal that one with pride if you need a strategy. What other questions do we have? Who's fired up to make some shorts? No? Everyone's like, it's the end of the day, Elise. Yeah, did you have a question?
Just a really quick one, and I'm sorry if you've already answered it.
Don't
but
apologize.
As far as for the sales, is YouTube noticing that with the YouTube affiliates that they're seeing a larger percentage of YouTube affiliates coming in from long format or from shorts?
So that's a great question. I think that I don't have like the specific breakdown. I do think with longer form videos, you get the more in-depth reviews, right? Which can lead to more sales just because you're getting a little bit more details about it. But then we have creators like Megha in the room who only do shorts and say that she makes a ton of sales just from doing the short snippets. So I think it's about the quality of the video. And like, if you're going to do a short video, you got to make that really compelling to get somebody to stop in the feed, look at your video, be so inspired to click on that link. So I do think I don't think we have a statistic around like if long form brings in more than shorts. I think it's just comes down to the quality of the video as it relates to the sales. Yeah.
Just a quick question regarding the shopping on shorts. So I know that the way we've been using shorts is by, auto tagging the products because we're a fashion channel.
Yeah.
Is there any other way for them to shop shorts or it's strictly those auto tags? Like, should we, I guess, lead them back to the long form?
Yeah, there's a lot of different strategies you can take. So it doesn't only have to be the auto tags. You can also tag other products on those shorts outside of like what's in your descriptions. And for those who may not know what I'm referring to, if you have links in your descriptions for products, our system, once you join the affiliate program, will automatically tag your videos with the products that are in the description, as long as it's not an affiliate link. So yeah, that's one way you can do it. You can tag, on your own. We see the most successful creators have their long form video where they're doing like the review or the haul or whatever it is, and then they create shorts from that long form video, maybe 3 snippets, and then they tag the products again. So you're just increasing your chances of people seeing the video and then drawing people back to that long form. So I would say find ways when you're creating these long form videos, how can you bake in these like short snackable moments so that it's very easy for you to just cut a short directly from that long form without having to create a new video, if that makes sense. So as you guys get more into your in depth of your content journey, like the best creators are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like think about how you can make those moments as you're recording and know that you can just cut that, tag the same product, and now you have another chance for new viewers to not only see that and purchase, but also link your long form video in that short so that they can see all of the other options too. We recommend only tagging like 3 to 5 on short form videos because you don't want to overwhelm the viewer too. Like the chances of you being able to convince somebody to click on 60 products in 3 minutes is a lot, versus in a long form video. So definitely keep that best practice in mind. Any other questions? Yeah.
Works, but I've seen that there's a feature being tested for courses. Is that something that might make its way to shorts in the same way that shop? Like if you have like, oh, I have a thing, you can shop from here. Eventually, that like YouTube coaching might also be.
Oh, for courses. I thought you said forces. I was like, oh, I haven't heard that yet. I'm like, that sounds cool. I know we don't currently have digital products like as of right now, so I don't know if I guess a course would technically be a digital product, but we've heard a lot of feedback on wanting to get that for affiliate. So stay tuned. I'm sure that that will likely be coming down the road. Yeah, great question. Any other questions while we're here? Well, thank you guys all so much for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed this and you are walking away with a few nuggets for uploading your next short. Thanks for coming.